My beautiful souls. I'm excited to do a reading for you guys today. Okay, this is going to be a really good reading. I feel like I'm already getting so many celebratory vibes. I wanted to pull some cards for you beforehand just to start feeling into what this message is about. Just a reminder, this whole chapter, this whole section in Divine Leadership Codes is for soulpreneurs. So if you are a spiritually guided entrepreneur that is building business outside of the realms of the matrix, bringing your 5D energy into the 3D reality to make the earth a better place, to make humanity better, to bring light, nurturing, healing, upgrades, innovations, whatever it is, to help create a new world that is going to help everybody feel more happy and peaceful, then you are in the right place because this is exactly who these messages are for. Okay, so let's get started. The first card that I want to speak to is the authenticity card. Oh my goodness, I've just been on all these client calls and I forgot to unblur my background. Okay, there we go. So I don't even know if you guys can see this authenticity card. It's a fish. I love fish. Um, Authenticity is basically all about you learning something about yourself. I feel that this card is telling me that recently you have gone through a bit of a journey where you realize that there was something that you were doing or being where you were like guarded. I see like all this armor around somebody. And I see like you were holding all this armor because you felt like you had to. Because you were like, well, if I drop this armor, then I'm going to be naked. And if I'm naked, I'm going to get attacked and I don't want to get attacked. So I'm going to stay with this armor. But then it's like something happened over the last like 2 weeks where you were like, oh, I'm not going to get attacked. Like, I don't need to carry this armor anymore. What was I thinking? And then all of your colors started coming out. And it's like you started becoming more free and more authentic and started saying things from a different energy. And I'm feeling somebody here who's like really, really careful with their words, but in a way that is careful in the sense that like they're really paying attention to what they're truly meaning, not careful as though they're calculated, but careful as in they want to make sure that the vocabulary that they're using is actually congruent with what they're really thinking and feeling. And I think that's so beautiful because this is what really enhances your product or your service or your messaging as an entrepreneur. Because when people feel the intentionality behind what you do and the authenticity behind what you do, there's going to be a different kind of attention that you're going to get that you haven't gotten before. This is going to feel a little bit surprising to you even. I feel like, ooh, like I feel like these kind of jitters in my body where it's like there might be some part of you that feels like actually like a fish, where you're just like getting a little wiggly, like you're almost like out of water and feeling like a little bit uncomfortable. But really, what's happening is you are becoming more comfortable with your true self. So the feeling isn't really quite descriptive of your actual soul experience, but it is showing you that you're getting refamiliarized or newly familiarized with this version of yourself. And I'm also getting this wonderful card of being grounded. This is the goat card. When you're grounded, especially when you're grounded in authenticity, to me, this screams sustainability. So that I love that word because I feel like this is actually these are the secret magical tricks to build a sustainable and lasting business. So if you beforehand built a business off, let's say, popsicle sticks, right? The foundation was weak, things were shaky, nothing was really sticking, people weren't really coming around, or you weren't able to sustain your products or your services because you had your own health challenges, or maybe just you didn't have a good way with relationships so that people were not coming back, or whatever it is, right? You were not actually capable of building a successful business from the person that you were being. But what's happened in the last little while here, especially the last 3 months, you've learned how to get grounded in your new level of authenticity. And this has helped you to become so much more firm in your foundation that you can now build a business. And I'm so excited because I got the celebration card here. Okay. The celebration card is telling me that now that you have been grounded and now that you are more authentic in who you are celebrating how good it feels. Okay. Forget how big your business is going to blow up. Let's just talk about how good it feels because when you feel good, then good things happen. Good things don't happen usually when we don't feel good, right? Feeling good is typically the precursor to when good things happen. So when you're feeling good and you're feeling grounded, I feel like there's this energy of like, I keep seeing balloons. Maybe you're celebrating a birthday, or maybe you're celebrating like a launch or something, but I'm just getting this feeling that like all your best people are in the room. You know, whether they're in the room energetically with you, or whether like your angels are with you at night and cheering you on, or whether you're like legitimately just throwing parties or like meeting up with friends right now. I'm just getting a lot of like celebration because you're seeing your own mirror reflected back to you of how grounded and authentic you've become. And you're just like, wow, that used to bother me, but doesn't bother me anymore. Wow, I used to speak about my business in this way or not speak about it at all. And now I'm speaking about it with such confidence and such charisma, and everybody wants to be a part of it, you know? Like there's something really big that has shifted here in a celebratory way. And it's going to keep you in this high frequency where you're going to start seeing all kinds of amazing opportunities come your way, and also the sensitivity card. So I feel like for a lot of you, part of your authenticity was also embracing your sensitivity, because your sensitivity has always been there, but I think maybe some part of you didn't fully own it before. And now you're like, wait a second, you know, I had a feeling when I was talking to say this particular client or customer that they really need this instead of this, or that maybe they wouldn't be the right fit, but they would be the right fit for someone else, or maybe that they would be the right fit, but I was too scared to say something, you know? Like I just feel like you're very aware, you're becoming very aware of what people need. You're aware of when people need you and your product or your service, and you're aware of when they don't. And that's why you're so confident when you can speak it, because it's not coming from this place of like, I need it, I need clients, I need customers, I feel desperate. No, no, it's coming from this place of like, girl, you need me. Let me help you, you know? And I feel it. Like I really feel it. It just feels really nice. So congratulations for those of you guys who've been going through this. Now, the next card that I pulled is that everyone is a golden link in the chain of my good. This card tells me that people are really important right now, okay? Your connections are very important. There is people, or even maybe one person that is being brought into your life that is going to I kind of see like pull you along for the ride. That's kind of how I'm seeing this. Like you're like in your own little adventure, right? You're like doing your own little journey and your own little adventure. And then someone comes out on like this boat, is how I see it. They're like on a canoe and they're like on this lake and they're like, hey, come join me on this lake. It's so nice here. And we just flow and we manifest and things are cool and fun. And we're under the sunlight and you're just going to have a nice tan. We're going to sip on something we love and it's going to be nice. And it's, you're just like, mm-hmm, okay, okay, can I continue to be myself? And they're like, mm-hmm, it's necessary. And then you're like, all right. So then it's like you jump into their boat. Oh my God, this is so random. I really hope this resonates with someone. But like you jump into their boat and it's like they take you to this immaculate, say like crystal cave or something, and you just like discover something so, so, so beautiful. And there's like a treasure in there for you. And you're like, wow, I'm so glad I went on this journey with this person. Okay. So keep an eye out for someone who's going to take you down this journey. Okay. And also, the next card that came out is I am one with infinite intelligence. I know everything I should know on this subject. Okay. So part of going down this canoe trip, right, is also like readying yourself. I feel like you know or you have information that other people need. Okay. You basically hold the key that unlocks something that is going to be so, so, so prosperous, not only for you, but for this person. It's like together you guys actually hold the keys that are necessary in order to make magic happen. And what I'm seeing is that like you have to recognize that you hold an aspect of this divine intelligence that is really going to be miraculous for when this situation comes up where someone's going to be like, "Oh, do we know this? Do we have the key?" And you're like, "Aha, I got it." And you like pull it out and you're like, "This is why I'm here because I'm actually serving a purpose. It's not just this situation serving me. I'm also serving the situation." It's going to feel very like mutual exchange. You're going to feel like there's like synergy in the frequency, okay? And then I also pulled a happy, happy card. So like this is going to make you super, super happy. And I actually feel like a lot of relief because I think a lot of you guys have been struggling. Like I just feel like, you know what I keep seeing? I keep seeing someone doing this. Like they're just putting their hand to their head and they're just like, oh, not this again. You know, it's like you've been through so many challenges, and it's just because you had to do things in a very individualistic way in order to find your authentic self. But now that you found this authentic self, you don't have to do it alone anymore. The whole reason you went on that isolated journey say in your business is because you had to discover more about your own gifts. Because if you don't discover more about your own gifts, you don't know how to use those gifts when you show up when other people need them. And that doesn't lead to anything productive for anybody. So, this is why it was so important that you had your own personal journey, but you're like, oh, finally, other people, joy, happiness, collective collaboration, co creation. Like, there's just such a beautiful connective feeling that I feel from this card. And it's like deep down inside, you always knew that it would come to this, but you knew that while you were on this journey, you had to just be alone and you just had to deal with things on your own and you had to confront the parts of you that were maybe scary. I'm also seeing like there was a lot of fears. Like you had a lot of fears. Like some of you guys like have so many fears. Like I'm seeing somebody that like wakes up to a feeling of like spiders crawling all over them and they're like, "Oh my God, like you may have had a dream like that in the last few months," but it's like you were just being made to feel your fears so that you could let them go. And that's why it was so heavy at the time. But now that you've actually purged those fears and purified, you're coming to this celebration. Look, I got another celebration card. Like you have so many celebration cards. This is insane. Like, hello. Are you going to invite me to your party? I'm over here in Tulum, Mexico. Invite me to your party. Okay, so yes, definitely so many great things happening for you. I'm really excited. I feel like joy always leads to abundance as well. And then the last card that I pulled here is the Innocence card. I think this is just you remembering that you are God's child. Okay, so when you are remembering that you are God's child, that means that whatever you felt like you were unworthy of, or I'm even hearing like some of you guys might have dealt with a lot of imposter syndrome. Okay, whatever you felt unworthy of, or you felt like a fraud around, like you realize now, like, actually, no, this is just my calling. I'm innocent. I'm just here being me. I don't care what anyone else has to say. I'm just gonna do me moving forward. I'm not gonna compromise who I am and what I came here to be. All right. So if this resonated with you, make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. I try to get a reading to you out at least every week. If you want to know more about the work I do with soulpreneurs, you can check me out at www.soulpreneurinstitute.com. And if you are interested in calibrating to more wealth codes and getting more activated in your wealth, I've channeled 33 wealth code activations, and you can check those out at wealthcodeactivations.com. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.